2022. And welcome to everyone. I hope there's somebody there. Hi, Lump. Hi, Busted. How are you today?
Hi, Lumpy.
We're going to have to make a thing of this,
Yes,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
pretty good, huh?
I am so, well, today I was, I'm doing a request today. I got it in a kind of an unusual way. I got it through Ron. Ron kind of channeled from a dream that I needed to get back on. We needed to get back on the air today from an old friend who has passed on to the other side. It was Rich Saraday. We did an interview with him several years ago, not too long before he died. And Rich was the co-host for. Why am I blanking? I do that with names. Mm,
He was
anyway,
on with Don
he was
Ecker.
Don Acker on KGRN, and I'd always uh, enjoyed. He seemed to have a real quiet wisdom to him, and I spoke with him a couple of times, and it was he's such a wise and pleasant guy, and he was the inspiration to my starting this whole thing anyway. So I guess I was ready to come back, but I I was just waiting for the proper moment to rededicate and get back to more of what I intended from the beginning. Uh, we kind of tracked away because of just what's in the air these days. There's so many, so many. Good grief, 22 comments already. Okay, I didn't have that window up. Uh, it was just that originally this was to be about health. That was my first inspiration, was this to be about health. And I've kind of gotten away from that, but I think I need to look at that a little bit more. And I was diverted because there's so much stress induced things going on with the COVID and everything else that's going on in this crazy world that I decided to kind of pursue that track more. But I guess the reason I'm just going to go out here and say the reason I took the time off was I can turn that off. Was that I've been have there was kind of a crisis time in my family, and my brother-in-law had been diagnosed with small cell lung cancer, and I decided, kind of felt called to maybe be more active in that. I mean, I've been there. I had cancer, and I've certainly suffered enough other things along the way to um, kind of hopefully have some guidance that I could put in there. And I decided to concentrate on that. And then my sister fell and broke her arm. So here we are, in the middle of a crisis of getting radiation and chemo and running around and going crazy. As stressful as all that is, then we had, a walking wounded in the mix. So I said, this is more important to me right now. This is what I need to do to put up or shut up, And I think I've done pretty well with that. Thankfully, everybody is doing just fine. My sister had her second checkup on her arm today, and it's mending well. It's not going to require any pins or anything. It was a pretty bad break so far. And my brother-in-law he's doing wonderfully well, unbelievably well. His oncologists have said that the original detected tumor, which was partially blocking his airway, has already been reduced to like 90%. And I mean, it's unbelievable, miraculous, but here it is. Everybody is doing really well. It kind of did get me off my ass because I had been having a shoulder problem. And I finally said, I don't need to put up with this bullshit pain. It's draining my energy. And I went and got some x-rays and got a bone spur in my shoulder. And after a couple of weeks of physical therapy on that at my chiropractor, my first choice chiropractor, I called them and they said, well, we can get you in August. No, thanks. I'll find somebody else. And I did. And I'm really happy with them. That's an important thing, is having the right medical team working for you and having people that you can talk to and trust. And I mean, it's so important. And I hear so many people saying, well, I didn't have time. The doctor only had 5 minutes, or, they didn't explain anything. So I don't really know what's going on. And I'm so happy that I've got a really good team. And I have to say, I've just been lucky. I think I've been miraculously lucky. Good grief. When I see my doctor, my main GP doctor, we spend 5 minutes bullshitting about his family and what's going on there and all that good stuff, before we get down to business. So I'm just blessed that he is that personable. I mean, I give him credit for really saving my life with the COPD, because he diagnosed me looking out his kitchen window when I was building a deck for him. And he said, I got to do something about this. And he got me started on he pulled me out of a terrible downward spiral. And God bless him for that. It's just that nice. But, and those are the people, damn it, those people are there. Those people, I know those people who are in the healthcare industry. I've got my grandson's wife and my my niece are both RNs, and they're particularly frank speaking about anything health wise. And I absolutely adore them both, and I honor their dedication to their patients. And they are dedicated to their patients. When you have people like that on your side, you're gonna do pretty well. But you've got to be your own. You've got to take the time to educate yourself about what's going on with your body. Let them draw the roadmap, but you're going to drive the path. That's just the way I look at it. And if you don't trust the other people in the, that are in your healthcare team, it's much, much harder. And as I said, I feel so terribly blessed to have fallen into a really good team. So how are you today? That's my dedication for this week. And part of that is the topic that I came up with today. I'm going to thank Eufy for finding this beautiful graphic, which we'll show you later, of a map of what we are, the wheel. So we'll get back to the wheel later. Maria, how are you today? It looks
I'm
like
good.
a beautiful day there in Kentucky.
It is. It got up to 83 degrees, and it's supposed to be in the 90s by the end of the week.
Ooh.
We'll see. I'm having a little bit of problem on my end here in Charles. You all may not.
Oops, I hope.
But where's your headphones, Charles?
My headphones are over there. No,
I'm wondering if that's not it.
My mic is right here.
Okay.
And my headphones are disconnected. Since
Gotcha.
it seems to work really well with the using the outboard speakers for here, and it's much more comfortable for me than wearing the headphones.
Oh, I'm
so
sure it is.
that wouldn't. I have a tendency to creep back away from the mic. So I have to thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Stick with it. That's why I have a co-pilot. I'm still. What do they call that? I'm not ready to solo.
Well, now you were solo for a while until.
Oh, I know. I know, and you felt so sorry for me.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you the real reason. You were bitching constantly, and it was.
Well, yeah, I did. I do quite a bit of that sometimes.
Yeah.
I can pull off a really good rant from time to time.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's call it rant. That's what it is.
Yes.
You're not bitching. You were ranting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whatever it was you were using, it was just like, okay, Ron, somebody add me into this because this has got to stop. I can't take this. We got to lighten this shit up. Oh, thank you, Oofy. Oh, and so maybe the next one on Oofy's list, that's what our word for the night's going to be.
Oh, gee, I didn't even come up with that. That'll be, of course, unless this is it. I don't think so.
Yeah, that may, I don't know. Maybe we can find another word for the night. We'll see.
Oh, I just yesterday, like I said, I bounced around all over the place trying to figure out how I was gonna do this today.
Well, see, and you worried about it, and I was like, we've not talked to each other on air for 2 weeks.
3 weeks, I think.
Has it been 3 weeks? No, we just missed 2 shows.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
because everybody was really understanding and forgiving.
This would have been the 3rd week. Okay, gotcha. Yes.
Everybody was good and understanding on the first one. The second one rolled around and it was like, okay, what the hell?
Okay, what the hell's going on?
That's enough. 2 weeks is enough.
Yes, that was Justin.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, pretty much.
and Bobby, and who else was complaining? And I hate to say this,
But now I threw up a playlist last week.
yeah.
Game on. Oh, girlfriend. Perfect.
See, I even sent out some notices today. And
Yeah,
that's
you forgot to send one to AJ.
I know. I'm so sorry. She'll have to
I
catch
guess
it.
I could send her one in the messenger now and tell her that Charles doesn't love her as much as I do because I remembered he didn't.
Yeah. You break my heart. Oh, so yeah. Anyway, here's what I plan to do. I didn't get around to doing it this week, but I will try to have it up for next week.
Mhm.
I will be looking for a separate email address that anyone who wants a notice can send it to that email, and I will have that email set up next week, and I can send out a gang email when I'm ready to post, and everybody will get a notice that we're going live tomorrow, maybe. Or something. That'll be how I always said I'd try to get something up on Sunday to give people an idea of what we're going to do on Tuesday. I'm just too lazy for that, I guess. I say like it's like this week. Yesterday, I had no idea what I was going to do today. I mean, in general ideas, yes, but not specifically. So that's the plan. So next week, I will have an email address that everyone can send to take care of things. Now that was interesting. Sounded like, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my.
Can you hear that now?
Yes. That's awesome.
My microphone does whatever the hell it wants to.
It's Maria in the jungle.
So I'm going to try to mute it again.
Grab that.
It'll all go away here in just a minute. Yep, see? Yep, there goes. It faded out.
Grab that.
Circle.
Grab
Man,
that.
that's freaking perfect. That one's perfect.
Oh, my God.
That is perfect. Yeah, I got a lot of weird stuff that goes on here.
Black helicopters.
And I should record it.
Black helicopters and missing planes flying overhead.
I should record a lot of the stuff that goes on out here, but I just don't, because I'm like, it's a paranormal wonderland. But it's but no, I catch the weird stuff flying overhead just because I'm sitting outside, and that night there just happened to be a low cloud base.
Mm-hmm.
So that always makes everything a lot louder. And for the first time ever, I paid attention to a cargo plane that was going overhead that all of a sudden that was supposed to be going to Miami said it was diverted to Mexico City. And I'm like, this is crazy. And it came from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Ron. Hang on. I've got to find Google Maps.
Okay.
Find Hellier, Kentucky.
Oh, I never heard of Hellier, Kentucky.
Have you not? There's an excellent series on Netflix.
That's what I thought it was, because of the I recognized the name, but I didn't even realize it was a real place.
Yeah, it really is. It is almost 5 hours away from me.
Oh my!
Mm-hmm.
Which side? Mountainside or Mississippi River?
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
It's
way back in the hills.
it is close to where you're close to. You're going east.
Yes. Okay.
So it's almost straight east. It's not northern, it's eastern, which is going close to wow, places you just don't want to go.
Huntington, West
It's
Virginia.
it's not too far south from Pikeville, Kentucky,
Okay.
if that tells you
That
anything.
that place I know.
Okay.
There's some really
So
awesome,
it's not
there's really some awesome Indian mounds there.
mhm. So there you go. There explains all the other stuff that goes on. But yes, it's 5 hours away, which seems crazy. I mean, to look at Kentucky on the map, you wouldn't think
I wouldn't
it's
wait.
that big.
That's road miles, though. I doubt that
Yeah,
there's.
that's
Well, wait a minute. 60. What is it? 60. What's that? 64. I-64 kind of goes over that way.
kinda.
I didn't know.
And that's
I
around
didn't
here.
realize. Yeah.
That's everything around here. And it's really weird. So okay, so my son lives 84 miles from me.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the roads, it takes me an hour and a half to get there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then Kevin lives 105 miles from me. Takes me
Yeah.
an hour and a half to get there. My mom lives 94 miles away from me, and it takes me an hour and 45 minutes to get there because of the roads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
See,
I can try to do main roads, and it doesn't matter. It still doesn't cut the time down.
Groups. There you go. That's the one I want. Yes.
If he's got that damn OnStar going, that's
Yes.
just dumb as hell.
He
But
might
anyway,
make it by way of like San Francisco if he listens to OnStar.
yeah, exactly. Google Maps, baby, Google Maps. Just say it.
Absolutely. Love it.
And it's free.
See,
just
this was back in the
download it.
days. This was back in the days before they had cell phones even. Okay. I was visiting my aunt in West Virginia. And she came up with that they wanted to go see Cass Mountain Railway. Okay. Which is like a cog-driven steam engine that climbs up this mountain. Okay. It looked like it would have been a really nice, fun trip. Okay, so it's only right over there, and I look at the road, look at the fold-out map. You remember those? I said, "Oh, okay.
I love those.
We could be there in an hour." No, not on West Virginia roads, you don't, or Kentucky roads either. Apparently, like 4 hours later, we got there, and because there is no straight direct route from any place to any place in West Virginia,
No.
and
West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, parts of Ohio.
I know, but
all learned.
I love those mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
learned what it meant when it says you can't get there from here.
Absolutely.
Those are the areas.
So let's see. Yeah, but anyway, we didn't get there in time to take the train. As we were pulling into the station, the train was, for its last trip of the day, was pulling out. But it was certainly a memorable trip, even though it was not particularly successful in the way that we wanted it to. I'm sure it's one that everybody remembered.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
And it's not the way. No, I used to love going camping.
Mm-hmm.
And me and like half a dozen friends decided one summer that we were going to camp out by this lake and ski every day. Okay. We all took our vacation at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We got set up, really nice place, right on the lake, beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and it started raining.
Mm.
And it rained for 4 days.
Oh, Lord. That's miserable.
No, I bet nobody that was in that group forgot that trip.
I'm sure they didn't.
For several reasons. One of which was that one of our friends caught his tent on fire, burned all his gear, and I mean, sitting around bullshitting, playing cards, using butterscotch Hershey Kisses.
Oh yeah.
To fish for ground squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great sport.
I bet it is.
So, but see, everybody has a nice time and it's perfect weather and everything goes just the way you planned it. But those are kind of normal things. It's when it all goes to shit. Those are the times you really, really remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and then you remember.
You had fun anyway.
Then you remember why you don't want to go camping anymore.
Oh, I still want to go camping.
Look, my microphone did its thing again.
Got to go out there and be a part of nature. It's
pretty nice.
Get away, get into the real world. Leave the computer at home. Turn the cell phone off. We really do need that because there are so much, like the latest Supreme Court kerfluffle, and oh my God, this is happening, and oh my God, that's happening, and oh my God,
Charles, we came here to talk about this.
Yes, so let's go straight to that.
Thank you.
I'm going to see. Hopefully, I can do this. I can remember how to do this. Share screen. Bingo. There we go.
See, look, there's little Trudy right there in that picture.
The wheel of happiness.
One of these, Oofy. That's what I got. That's the end of my plug.
Oh. So on I've seen maps like this before, but this one particular one, which Oofy shared last week, just struck me as being so deep, so intricately patterned. And it makes a lot of sense. We've all got to balance all the different things in our life and to be happy, now I can't say that this is my wheel. It's either that one or it's, let me see if I can find the other one. Come on. Be nice. Yes, this one. Some days it's this one. Sometimes I think that wheel is just totally, totally broken. And I would have no possibility of getting anywhere with that happiness wheel. But this one, whoops, missed it.
Well, like I told you, my wheel has no spokes. So.
Oh, cool. So like speed wheels, they're What's the word?
I think the one that grabbed my attention the most was
Uh-huh.
on there where it says people,
Yes.
and it's little spokes. It says hug, partner, family.
Yes.
And
Yes.
there's a lot
important.
of people that don't have that.
No. Nope.
They don't have that. Then you've got on giving, you've got support and feelings.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that don't have any kind of support whatsoever.
Yep.
And so you go through there and you start looking at all of the different things that bring it. Of course, the people brings and the beauty and the giving all come down to love.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people that don't have that.
Yes.
And so that is something that is hard for them to get a hold of, to grasp. And then on the self, it's got delight, joy, and expression.
Mhm.
The meditation part, the contemplation, and to breathe.
Yes.
Everybody's got to remember to breathe. So I think we've all got that down.
Yep.
Um,
Okay. There's breathing and then there's breathing. They're two
Right.
different things, you know?
yes.
And
Yes.
I find it an important, that's an important part of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Is to learn to relax and just be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really
You
was
know-
taken by connections or relationships,
Mhm.
society, community, and friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I am so that has been such a comfort to me over the past few years with all the people that I've come to know. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them, some of them in the chat, and some of them are here, and it's all very how I can't even say how important that is to me. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of stuff when you don't have it, and then you finally get it, then you realize, oh my God, I missed this.
Yes, I
Didn't
had
realize.
a missing spoke in the wheel,
And didn't
I
realize
had a
that.
bit of a flat spot there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to take an assessment, perhaps, of your life and what you're doing from time to time,
Correct.
and look at the like I said with my shoulder. That damn shoulder has been sore for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, listen to your body. Listen. You know, take the time and the effort to treat yourself as you would treat your best friend. You know, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. We do some mean stuff to each other, but anyway, but it's all in fun. It's all in fun. But anyway, so then, you go down here to well-being, and it's got transport, clothes, finance, work, home.
Yes.
Ugh. Those home, work, finance. Bleh. That's all I'm saying.
But a necessary scope, a necessary spoke of the wheel.
Mm-hmm. And you've got to have a home. And I mean, it doesn't, I don't care if you live in a one bedroom, like one room that has a bed and a toilet and a sink all open together. It's home.
You're describing a cell.
Hey, it's home, dude.
I guess you can be happy there too.
3 hots and a cot.
There you
go. What
go.
else you need, Unless you need some of that hugging stuff, and I'm sure you can get some of that from your cellmate. But anyway.
There- yes, thank you, bud.
It might happen. So, but I mean, you can go all the way around this, and then everything leads to something else. Every bit of it.
It's all linked.
But I mean, if you don't have one little spoke out of all of those in each little category, you can still find the happiness that's in the middle of the wheel. I mean, you don't
Yes.
necessarily have to have all of that. So,
The parts that you have control over in your life,
mhm,
because you don't have control of them all. Okay.
mhm.
But the ones that you have control over, like there's an old saying like, what is it? Happiness comes from attending the things that need attending, you know? So if you look and you find a hole in your wheel, pay more attention to that part of the wheel.
Right. Oh, so now we know where Andy really is. I don't think that's on the wheel, Andy. Sorry.
Wait a minute, that's not? That's
That phone's not on there. Sorry.
okay.
But maybe that goes along with a hug. I don't know. I guess it depends on which side you're hugging.
Ooh.
Maybe that can happen. That's up there with the people. So it could happen. But yeah, I mean, if you would go through all of this stuff and I mean, it's a lot.
Yes, just take a moment and assess yourself, and see which parts you need to work on. God knows,
connection.
as I said, there are certainly plenty of room for me to work on that wheel.
That connection part of it has agreement, gratitude, forgiveness, and acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of us that have any of that forgiveness down in that in that well.
Well, perhaps that's something we need to work on.
Yeah, we can work on it all. Yeah.
No, and I have reached at least a stalemate with a lot of that forgiveness stuff. There are things and people in my life that, boy, they were hard to forgive. But they don't care anymore. They're gone. And the person that benefits most from the forgiveness is yourself. You're not carrying that burden anymore. And it's not easy, but it's not easy to put it down.
Well, if you let somebody live rent free in your head, that's your fault,
Yes. Well said.
But I just, and that's one of the things, and I'm so bad about this. It's like, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm.
There doesn't have to be any kind of forgive, forget, any of that. I'm done. And maybe that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not something that's resolved.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, resolution, that requires both parties.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And sometimes you just can't get that. It's never, and it just doesn't have, it's just not going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
So you just let it just tie it in a knot,
Mm-hmm.
send it on its way, because you're never going to.
Sometimes there's a point where you'd like to tie them in a knot and send them on their way.
Yes, been there too. Been there, done that too.
Mm-hmm. Kind of have
and
that.
it wouldn't be a dainty little bow.
No.
It would be lots of rope and a rock.
Either that or a lot of plastic ties holding it all together.
Hmm.
One or the other.
I'm all for that sometimes. I've been there, done that too.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what
Hi,
Dexter's
Eric.
for.
Eric made it. He's another one that I was gonna put on the
You were going to email.
notice.
Okay, so
Notice.
this is
who-
what Charles came up with. He's going to get a Gmail account, and everybody that wants to be added to that list to have a reminder for the show can sign up onto it. So maybe he'll get that soon. Maybe.
Oh, I promise I will try. Will endeavor to get a proper email set up just for that purpose
Okay.
this week.
Yeah, it's not going to be one of those junk mail things where we start selling
What? Got
merchandise and stuff.
maybe you could do an outlet store for AJ.
You know, that sounds like a good idea, considering you didn't remember to remind her.
I know, but hey, with a mind like mine, things it's like Swiss cheese. Things just slip right on through.
It does.
I couldn't remember Don.
Don Ecker, yeah, really. And Mark Center. I mean, that was good.
I could have drawn a picture of him, but I couldn't remember. That's just a name. It's just me. It's a name thing.
But and I think one of the things that I really miss, seriously, listening to Dark Matters Radio.
Yes.
Was listening to Rich Chew.
Oh my God, yes.
And it drove everybody crazy, but we all knew why he was doing it.
I finished my cookie, and I don't have any cellophane here. That's not right. I can bring back the good times.
But I know Don, he would just be talking about something, and all of a sudden he'd go, "Who the hell is chewing?"
Fritos.
But everybody knew, and it was
corn chips.
It's funny, yeah.
Yes. That's life. Sometimes you just got to do what you do.
Yeah, that was good. That was good though. But and it's good that Ron shared that with you. I don't really, I mean, if I have dreams and stuff, I know you and I talk about that a lot. But just to have something to come and say something to me,
mm-hmm.
then I start trying to break it down, because there's a lot of times that I go to plan something or I'm going to do something, and then I have this little negative thing that pulls at me and it says that's not going to happen. Don't waste your time. So I'm just like, okay, there's something here trying to make me not enjoy myself, not do something, whatever.
Yes, I have one of those imps on my shoulder sometimes.
And then it turns out that what it was telling me was true. It's not going to happen. You shouldn't have wasted your time planning, because something was going to come up and was going to. So it's hard to differentiate that, especially when you try to have a good positive outlook on life and you try to plan something that's going to be a good time, and it's going to be a good time. So but the whole time it's like back here going, not happening.
That's not going to work.
It's not going to happen. Something's going to stop it. Don't know what. Something's going to stop it.
But there are other times when you start out with that little imp telling you no, that it works out. Mm-hmm. They may not be as many times, right? But those times do happen,
But it seems like if it just happens one time, then it's nothing you needed to listen to. But when it's constant, when you hear it 2 or 3 times, it seems like you should have listened to it, but you still think it's, oh no, it's just your negative Nancy jumping out there, and you just need to shut her down.
Yep.
But when it's, I don't know, it just seems weird. We listen to our gut sometimes,
Yes.
but if it's in a negative thing,
And
especially when you're trying.
Sometimes they're good angels that tell you not to do something, but sometimes it's just I find more often that I can find a rationalization not to do something that I wanted to do.
Oh yes.
And that I shouldn't listen to that side as much as I do.
But the bad part about it is these things don't have different voices.
Oh heck no! It would be nice. It would be nice if they did. That would be so convenient.
But you couldn't tell anybody about it, because then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put her away. She's hearing different voices." But yes, it would be. It's the same 20 people talking to you in the same voice, and it's like, I don't know who to listen to. I mean, I don't know who to follow. But I think a feeling, I don't know, sometimes I think a feeling goes with the good stuff that you're talking about that tells you not to do something. That's almost like a deep gut feeling.
Yeah.
That it's, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. So that's when you know not to do it. But when you just got this little nagging thing, I mean, it's not going to be detrimental to anybody, but it's just telling you, don't waste your time making plans, because it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't have a feeling to it. It's just, you're wondering if you should be on meds or should really listen to it.
See, I learned, I actually made it a project to, it's almost like a lucid dreaming thing, and just relax, a meditation, and let it flow. Okay. And I find for me, when I the first thing I get up in the day, like today, it's the wheel. You got to do the wheel. That's when if I can get into that state, and I can't get into that state at will. Okay. It just has to happen. Okay. And some of those insights are really, really good insights when I find them that way. In fact, I've yet to be led down the garden path by that. So
I don't know. We just need to start telling it to have different voices so we know who's saying what.
Oh, okay. Well, see there. Well, have you ever pulled up at a stop sign or a traffic light and kind of hesitated, and suddenly this car goes by in front of you at 50 miles an hour?
I've heard of that happening. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I've had a couple similar to that. Not that exactly, but very similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know why I didn't do what I usually do and glance and run,
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. That's so funny.
She'd be out there chasing those birds. Oh,
so the other night I had opened up the door, left the back door open because it was cool enough outside. I didn't have to have the air on, so I just.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden I hear growling.
Mm.
I'm like, why is the cat growling? I was like, oh crap, they all growl when they have a dead animal in their mouth because they don't want the other cats near them.
A gift. Gift for mama.
Yes. So I jumped straight up and I look, and one of them had a baby rabbit in their mouth, and they're growling, and I'm like, please let that rabbit be dead, because if I pick her up and she drops it and it takes off in the house, there ain't gonna be anything left of my house but between the dog chasing it and all the cats trying to catch it again. So thankfully, yes. Just like, but anyways, I just saw AR's comment.
Yes.
Were you just in deep thought? I mean, because I know that happens a lot. People are just thinking, and they're not really paying attention, and they're just on autopilot.
Well, one thing that happened to me not all that long ago, dear, is they took out a red light and made it a 4-way stop sign. And I'm just do on my way, merrily on my way. And somehow in my subconscious, I was looking for the red light, and I stopped red. I went right up, blew that stop sign big as hell. Oh, good thing there wasn't anybody there, because I wasn't paying any attention at all. Now I remember that intersection now, but it was like on my usual path. Okay. And there's always a red light there. Good grief. There'd been a red light there for 20 years before they took it out, you know? So yes, been there, done that. Fortunately, I didn't get the t-shirt. or the body cast or whatever it would be.
Yes. We all do that. We all get into thought and stuff, and you're driving, and then you like, oh wow, how did I get here?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't remember anything from this point to this point. How did I get here? Yeah. I had one lady. I mean, that's just, they call it deep in thought or whatever, but I've had one lady say that that's a good time when you start getting messages, start getting downloads.
Okay.
So we're all being downloaded. I just think, you
autopilot. Yes.
Yes.
Being downloaded while you're on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Maybe it'll teach me how to fly that big cargo plane that flies over.
Yeah.
I know it was loud.
Got a couple of those that go by here twice a week. So.
It's really strange because I can look at that, and it's like they do different flight patterns every day of the week. So like on Sunday, for some reason, it just seems like they all come straight over. I mean, it's straight as it can be. And then sometimes it's like they kind of go around a little bit more. It's just, so I don't know what's going on or whatever. What does this mean, Ron? Have you ever gone faster just to go faster?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hurry.
Yeah. Let's see how fast this thing can go. Good. Before, and then, yeah. So before I get stopped, pulled over.
Oh God, Andy, that was really not nice.
No, but it's funny shit. That is hilarious. Do you know that around here, and I don't know if it's everywhere, but semis are not allowed to have horns that sound like train horns. And I think that would be,
pretty sure
I don't know why. I mean, seriously, even if it scared the shit out of somebody and they wrecked, at least, I mean,
certainly get their attention. Yes,
it would get their attention. I mean, if I was driving down the road and I heard a train horn, I'd probably.
They used to have horns, like accessory horns, that you could have like 4 or 5 different horn sounds on a little panel. on your dash.
You know, America just doesn't have a sense of humor anymore.
I guess
That's all I'm
not.
saying.
I guess not. You know?
We don't. But we do.
Yeah, we
We
try.
have a good sense of humor here.
We try really hard.
There goes my microphone again. You can hear everything going on.
Lorraine, I am so glad to see you today.
Hi, Lorraine.
See, that's another one we'll have to put on the email list. I don't think I have her email. Well, I can.
She might do that on purpose.
I'll
You
get
never
you
know.
on Facebook.
She might be afraid you'd give it to Andy. Everybody's afraid that you're going to give their email to Andy.
I keep very close tabs on my computer security around Andy.
Hey, Ron, honey, if you'll put a please at the end of that, he might do it for you.
So what? Oops. There you go. We'll give you a few seconds of the wheel just to see if we can remember how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did. He put a please on there.
Oops, I gotta pick one.
That reminds me also of that commercial that says, "Show that beautiful bean footage," or "Roll that beautiful bean footage." That's what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Always
there's the wheel.
Yep.
What about it, Ron? What do you want to know about that wheel?
he probably wanted that up so Lorraine could see what we've been talking about.
Sweet. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. At least he was being thoughtful. I was just okay.
Yeah. So I now need to go find what spoke we just broke on this wheel. The thoughtfulness.
Yes.
That's not going to happen.
Anywhere?
Maybe that's under intelligence. I don't know. No.
I'm looking.
Okay, found it.
Awareness?
Oh no, it's under cognition. The thinking part.
Yes. They
screwed that up completely.
See something
and see, that's something else. I don't have an imagination.
Oh, really?
I don't have one.
That surprises the heck out of me.
Yeah.
You think that you have no imagination. Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's just something that needs more attention, to let it flow.
What good's it gonna do me?
Or creative.
Okay, so in my mind,
it's creative comes from your imagination. Every word you speak comes from your imagination before you speak it, right?
That's not how that works. Imagination to me, it might for normal people, but imagination to me is that you get to thinking about something that you might like to want to do, and then you keep thinking, and that leads to something else, and then it ends up to like, why are we here on Earth, and why the hell am I still alive? So imagination, I don't do that anymore. That's what you were talking about, right, Charles? What Lorraine just said? Maslow's triangle?
I've never heard of Maslow. Okay. I've seen something like this, and I can't really place it, but it was like, it might have been a Buddhist thing or something. Can't say for sure. Gotcha. It's linked itself in my mind to one of the Eastern religions, or so I'm all for that. Yeah. There's anything that we can do to make our lives happier and more appreciative of the people and nature and everything around us. I find that to be a good goal,
Mhm. Don't read the dirty comments, Charles.
Don't read it.
Andy's in chat.
No.
Andy's in chat. You don't need to read the dirty comments out loud. You can read it.
Yeah.
But we didn't explain our names tonight.
There's an explanation.
Usually we don't explain.
You started out. You were going to say you'd be lumpy.
Yeah, I thought about being lumpy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. About having a lumpy wheel. Okay. And then you decided that lumpy didn't fit very well. So you came up with your name that you're using tonight.
I'm feeling kind of busted.
The broken wheel. I think I seem to remember a bar by that name, the Broken Wheel. I wonder if that is.
It could still be open.
Probably not, because I went by there, and it's all freaking strip malls now. It was one of those little roadside bars, clear out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh gosh!
And I drove through there like 25 years later, and I could recognize the terrain. I recognized the street names. And I said, "Oh my God!" Because that's all it was. All strip malls and doctor's offices and all that kind of thing now. Gee, I like that it's open.
Oh, the rain. Yes. 9-inch nails. Love that. Yeah, a lot of the pubs closed because of COVID and bad management too.
Yeah.
COVID didn't help, but I saw a brewery in Bowling Green that closed, and they were huge and they were great success.
Mm-hmm.
But because the management had always been questionable anyway.
Okay.
But they with all of the help and everything else that was going on, they couldn't survive it. Just basically off of bad management. So it's kind of sad to see.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of small businesses took the dive over the past couple of years. Right. I would absolutely hate to see the numbers on that, because and they're there, but wow.
They're not going to show us
a lot.
Yeah, they're not going to show us anything
Nope.
bad that happened because of their. We're going to close for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyways, next, we're not going to go there, Charles.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it light and happy.
Yeah, we don't want to fall back into that. Hopefully, that's entirely in the past.
Yes.
But wow,
I'd say it is.
As soon as the prices go back down, we'll know it's really over. So see,
okay, so that was another thing this morning. So Friday I took off work to go see Mom because she got to see the great grandbaby for the first time, and so we spent Mother's Day on Friday there, and I knew I needed to get gas. I stopped at the first place, and I noticed it was a little crowded, but I didn't think much about it because that's a busy little intersection.
Yeah.
So I filled up $3.89 a gallon. I drove, I swear to you, 2 miles down the road. And there were 4 gas stations lined up and down through there, and they were anywhere from $4.09 to $4.15 a gallon.
Yes.
And I was like, crap. This is just a one-day thing and I think you and I had talked about this because the Derby was Saturday.
Yes. The Derby and Memorial Day's coming up. been.
Well, it's
Well,
up right now. It was just the Derby day, and
okay,
I've
but this is what I found.
what
This is all due to their switching to summer gas. They've gone from
bullshit.
winter.
Don't even go any
I
further.
read this on the internet.
Oh, it's true. Please tell me more.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, and it happens, and everybody notices it. It was Derby Day, so
Yep.
even though here in Bowling Green, and
Mhm.
we're 100 miles away,
Yes.
we've got Derby parties.
Mhm.
People are traveling and they're going places. Okay.
Yep.
Saturday.
And it was coming up on the actual Sunday.
Yes, Mother's Day was Sunday.
Lots of people traveling on Sunday.
Sunday, the gas was back down to $3.89 a gallon.
Oh, it's
So today is Tuesday, and I needed to go get some gas. And at the cheapest gas station, it was $4.05 a gallon.
mm-hmm.
I was getting gas at 6:30. It was a little after 6, and I was cussing this morning at 6 a.m. So I just got a splash of gas because I'm like, just give it a couple of days
Mm.
and it'll go back down again. So, and it will, because it was 405, and then when I was driving through town, it was 425 and up. And I've never in my life seen gas prices this high.
No.
And there's no reason for it other than the stupidity.
Well, was it Standard Oil made $10 billion last quarter profits?
Well, hell, you know what? And that's something else that I don't get this.
Yes.
I've heard that all my life.
Sure.
Every time the gas prices go up, well, this oil company made this many profit. You know what? Then why didn't all the rest of them? Why are you just picking one out? Gas prices are from everywhere.
They all did,
But they always single out one. But what I'm getting at.
Well, I could have gone through the rest of the list, but anyway.
Oh yeah, but what I'm getting at, it's like, so they say this crap to piss you off, so you'll blame the oil company because they're making money and they're gouging you.
Right.
But they're still making a profit when gas prices were less than $2 a gallon.
Whatever. Yes, absolutely.
5 years ago. So it drives me insane. Don't tell me somebody's making a profit, because they're making the same damn profit they were 5 years ago. Nothing's changed. It's a game the media loves to play to piss you off, to make you think that it's the oil companies that are causing this.
Okay.
But it's the stock market.
Yes.
It's the uncertainty bullshit.
That's what Exxon did with their $10 billion profit. Is they bought.
But that's what I'm getting at. It's all the stock market. It's an uncertainty thing, and it's like
it's a game.
It's a game.
It's a machine, and they're the ones on the crank.
And then guess who?
Yeah.
Guess who invented that game? Our government. Our government made that game to help, and it's like the insurance. It's like health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
If the government had got out of our health insurance, that wouldn't have been such a damn clusterfuck. Oh, there's the new word, Goofy. Clusterfuck.
Ooh.
We can use that for tonight on Kevin's show.
Back next week with
Yes, that'll be my name.
More clusterfucks. Okay.
Yeah, Charles and Clusterfuck. There we go. That's what it'll be. But anyways, no, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a cycle. It happens every time, and then you hear.
I have reached the point where Well, why did the gas prices go up? Because they could. That's it. That's it. I
Because somebody farted wrong sideways
Mhm.
and they all smelt it at the stock market. So they were like, oh my God, that smells like sulfur. So hell's fixing to open up and we're not going to be able to sell gas anymore. So let's jump this shit up.
See, it's not that they need a particular excuse. It's just any excuse. And uh, I think it was on our last show.
Mm-hmm.
I brought up about not one red cent Friday.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
I didn't hear any more about that. So I guess that didn't take off and crash the world economy. But I think that's it's serious.
No, it didn't.
In as much as we can, keeping your money in your pocket is the only thing that's going to get their attention.
But and it's like, in this morning, even I got to sitting here thinking about it. I was like, at what point is it going to be that I can't afford to drive to work?
Yes. I'm sure there are a lot of people like that right now.
I mean, it is crazy. And then, of course, gas goes up, groceries go up.
Yep.
I mean, and it's like, so something that costs $50.
Grandma, what's the price of formula these days? I hear it's skyrocketed.
I don't know. And I heard somebody else talking about there was a baby formula shortage, but my daughter-in-law's
how the hell does that happen? Are they shipping?
How the hell does all this shit happen? I mean, it's been crazy.
What?
They've tried to blame so much on COVID, and it's like, oh, well, we couldn't get the shipments here and we couldn't do that. Okay, I can buy that for about a month or two.
Yes, exactly.
After you open. But we're 2 years in. Don't give me, we've got a shortage because of COVID crap.
Yes.
This is all of this was done by design. Every bit of it. All of it. And they're not dealing with people that they think they're dealing with. Mm-hmm. There's some of us that's not afraid to grow food and can and slaughter hogs or whatever it is we need to do to survive. We don't care. I mean, we don't.
Go back out and look for that rabbit.
No, you know what? She ate it.
I like, that where there's one rabbit, there's plenty more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a baby rabbit. So Mama's out there somewhere.
I haven't had rabbits for a long time.
Fried rabbit is so good. I haven't either.
Pretty damn good,
Fried quail. Pheasant.
Squirrel.
Ooh, yes.
I have never shot a squirrel, which is not to say I haven't tried.
Right. It just kind of didn't happen that way.
Yes. I've gone squirrel hunting a few times, but yeah. I'm not that good a shot with a rifle. I know my limitations.
Well, I know I was sitting out here the other morning drinking coffee, and I happened to look over, and there was a doe that walked out of the woods, and I was like, breakfast. But anyway, I was not hungry, so I did not need that. But anyways, we've gone a little bit over an hour. We've done pretty well today.
I think so. I think we've lightened everyone's day, I hope.
I hope so. And still started talking about.
I'm still smiling.
Okay. Honey, that's all that matters. As long as Charles is smiling, we're good.
I'm smiling because my gas tank's full now.
Yeah, mine's not. Today's the 10th, and I've still got till the end of the week before I get paid. So we'll see how that goes.
What was
Yeah, Friday the 13th, I'll get paid. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, your lucky day.
Yes, apparently. It's payday.
I'll have to.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
It's just it's a big world out there, and there was a quote that came to mind. Such a great world that has such wonderful things in it, and it's all in the viewpoint, and it does. I'm tired of letting them, which is as I said, I'm trying to get it as far away from the news and the internet and all the politics as I can, because
Hmm.
it's not doing me any good anymore. Yeah, it's not like there's anything I could really do. Um,
No, there's not. You're right. And all they do is just stir everybody up and get them upset and
yeah,
jumping up and down. And it's like,
I'm just gonna sit here and
geez,
wait till I'm just gonna sit here and wait till the shooting starts.
that'll be, yeah,
And
that should happen soon. Probably.
I'm it,
That's
it,
an attention diversion.
it seems really to be on someone's very high on someone's agenda, out there, because when it's working, when it's hitting you and working you from both sides, it's only
Hmm.
so it's only going to be so much. And
Right.
I've said, but hell, I've said this since 1970. Oh, that shit's
Hmm.
about to hit the fan. Well, okay, it's been 50 years and it still hasn't hit the fan. So, is
Right.
it?
And it's not going to.
Yes.
And it's all a cycle. If you really pay attention to what's going on, it's all a cycle.
Mhm.
And that's like us, saying it's gas prices are high and they start, oh, well, this oil company record. They make record profits every year. It doesn't matter. It's just that's what they do. And you know what? Good for them, because that's somebody that started a business and it's huge now and they're raking in the money. You might be raping us, but we have to have it.
Yes. Yes.
But that's with anybody. But I mean, if you start out with a business and it's nationwide and it's good for you. And I don't care if you are the CEO and you're making money, more money than you've ever seen in your life. By God, you started that business.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve it. And the government has no right telling you that you can't have a bonus, that you can't do whatever. That's your business. You
Devin,
started it from scratch.
welcome to the show. And we're
Oh,
just as we're finishing up.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So I am going to go ahead and pull the plug on this.
Okay.
we have we have pretty much uh, said our piece today. Got a few things off our chest. Uh,
Mhm.
Shared a few good things, and I guess that's the purpose of it all, right?
Sure.
Okay. So Maria, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate you very much,
Oh,
and
well, I appreciate you. We have a good time.
everybody in chat, and you've made my day. We're back. So until we meet again next week, I promise I'll have an email address for those that like getting a email notice. And so have a good day.